Hello, dear ones. We're going to cook supper. Now, I talk about doing everything easy, and Mondays is all about food for thought and family. And if you have not subscribed, would you do so, please, right now? Yes, it's so simple, costs you nothing, and it lets you know when things are coming up on my feed. So every Monday, for sure, you're going to get a dose of food and some thought. And then on Fridays, it's our prayer time. Now, today, we're going to just do old fashioned meatloaf, but I'm going to make it so simple and so delicious. All right. So, we're going to start off. This is for a family, not just for two, but for a family. And this is 2 pounds of good hamburger meat. Yes. And try to get the less fat if you can. If you can't, I understand that as well. Then the next thing we're going to do, let me get my measuring cup. I forgot to pull it out. There we go. For 2 pounds of hamburger, I'm going to mash this down in this bowl like this. Just mash it down. And I am going to add, this is very important, and as I always get, the El Cheapo brand, right? The off brand. And this is Italian style breadcrumbs, not just breadcrumbs, else you'll mess it up. The reason I'm talking about this being the simple way, you don't have to stand and work on crackers and mashed crackers. You don't have to get your seasonings out. You don't have to, get bread and crumble bread up and then put all your spices in. No, no, no. This is easy peasy. And that's what I'm all about. Life is too hard to be anything but difficult. So, all right. Now, this for 2 pounds, I'm putting in 3/4 a cup. This is just my recipe. You can do more if you want to stretch it further, but this gives it a lot of flavor. You got all those Italian flavors going into your meatloaf. I used to cut up bell peppers and onions and garlic and crumble up graham crackers and salt and pepper and all that stuff. I quit when I came up with this recipe. And did you know my family, everybody likes it better? Yeah. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break up two eggs, and that is in order to bind it together. That's also important. Some people put 4. These are large eggs. Now, if it was jumbo eggs, I'd just put 2, but because it's a large egg, I'm going to put 3. Yeah, if it's large on down, put 3. And if it's extra large or jumbo, probably can get away with 2. Now, the next thing I'm going to put that back in the refrigerator. Now we're going to take our hands that are washed, and we're just going to start putting it together, squeezing it together. I think about meatloaf, and I've tasted all kinds of meatloaf in my life. I've tasted dry meatloaf. You could cut it like a slice of bread, and it looked like a slice of bread laying on your on your plate. And boy, did you need gravy, or you needed ketchup. You needed something to make it palatable. Well, this meatloaf, nobody's going to say that about this meatloaf. No, this is going to be good. Just want to combine it real good. Squeeze all that bread, even it out with those eggs. And I forgot a pinch of salt. I'm going to have to wash my hands and put a pinch of salt here. You ever realize, you're forgetting something, you can't think about what you're forgetting. You can't remember until you taste it. Well, thank goodness. I just remembered a pinch of salt. Well, about a teaspoon of salt, not a pinch. What's a pinch anyway? What's a pinch of salt? I'd like somebody to tell me. If you know, put it in the comments what a pinch of salt is. Does it mean you pinch and then, what does a pinch of salt mean? Oh, yeah. We're going to have meatloaf and scalloped potatoes, and I'm going to show you the easy way to do scalloped potatoes as well. That's very little work. And it's going to taste like you've been toiling over that meal all day long. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, let me get a pinch of salt, which a pinch of salt to me is just doing this. That's it. Oh, mercy. All right. I don't have easy close cabinets. My cabinets date back to 1974. That's right. You say, you need to renovate your kitchen. Yeah, there's things I want more than a renovated kitchen. All right, now, this is what I have with 3/4 cup Italian breadcrumbs, 3 large eggs, and I'm putting this baby right here in this casserole dish that I basically put paper in, and that's cooking paper, parchment paper, paper for baking. Now, I don't have it, I leave space around the sides. Yep, leave some space around the sides, but where we can slice it up, making a loaf out of it. Then I'm going to take, this is what they call spaghetti sauce. You can use ketchup, you can use spaghetti sauce, and it's just good without anything. You can pour a gravy over it. I'm just going to do some spaghetti sauce on there. Yeah. And I'm going to put it in a preheated oven. Well, it's not up to 425, but it's going to be 425. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the oven, and we're going to get started on the scalloped potatoes. You're just going to be amazed. You're going to be amazed. And I did not use the whole can, by the way. I used half the can. I'll freeze the rest of it and use it maybe in some chili or spaghetti or whatever that I make. I don't throw anything out. Maybe some vegetable soup. Boy, that sounds good too, don't it? All right. Now, I'm going to show you my cheating scalloped potatoes. Now, you heard me right. It's called cheating. It's going to make you think, or make people think, you've been slaving over the stove all day long. Yeah, absolutely. Get my mess out of here. So this is what I'm going to do first. This is au gratin potatoes, just one box. This is just a 4.7 ounce box. That's the weight. And we're going to spray the pan. Did you get the fumes too? All right. So I'm just going to, man, I must be getting at the end of the aerosol there. Then I'm going to take this and just dazzle it over my scalloped potatoes. Now, I am not through. This is what I'm going to do to make it taste like you've been slaving over it all day long. I have potatoes over here that I have washed real good, and I have taken most of the skin off, but I washed it good, left some skin on because we're going to make it look like it's real potatoes. And then I'm cutting it about this thick. I don't know if you can see that or not. Not super thick, but we're just going to slice it. Now, I cooked this one time when we had our music director over for dinner, and he always cooked for his family. And he took a bite of those potatoes, and he said, "Those are great scalloped potatoes." He said, "What did you do?" And I didn't want to tell him because he liked it so well and he was impressed. I didn't want to tell him how easy it was, but I did. And he said, "You're joking." I said, "Nope, that's how you do it." So I'm taking 4 medium-sized potatoes that I washed real good and peeled most of the peeling off, and I'm just putting them on top of the the other here. You see, what's going to happen is they're going to bite into some real potatoes, and they're going to say, woohoo, that is good stuff. Because you kind of know the difference between those freeze-dried potatoes, don't you? Of course you do. But see, when it's mixed in with the real and you stick it in your mouth, you don't notice it. I hope your week's been going good. I had my great-grandson over last night to spend the night. Took him to school this morning, and we were saying our prayers before we went to bed. And I asked him, I said, Wilder, I said, we both gave our prayer request. And I said, what is your prayer request? And every one of his prayer requests was about other people. And I was impressed. And then he said, pray for all the people that haven't heard about Jesus, that they hear about Jesus. And this grandma's heart just melted. Pray for all those people that hadn't heard about Jesus. Oh, and he prayed for me. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do, and you just have to eyeball it. I just barely cover. I just bring it up to the potatoes. And I'm talking about water. It's not a lot of water. Now, the box calls for some milk as well, but I'm going to do something a little different, okay? I'm going to put milk in it, all right. It calls for butter. But instead of milk, you can put milk. You can put some milk in it. But what I am going to do, I'm going to put just a little sour cream in here. Dousel it around there. That's right. Some sour cream. Yeah. And you say, well, how much sour cream for 4 medium potatoes and 1 box of that? I'm going to say, about a half a cup. About a half a cup's worth. Boy, this is going to be some good stuff. You're going to really, really like it. So that's about what was left in there. Just over a half a cup, about 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. Let me know where you're watching from. Just put it in the comments below. Let me know. I'd really love to know who we're talking to. And I'd like to get to know you. Also, let me just say this, is that, now this is salted butter. And I'm going to be generous with this. I'm going to put a half a stick. I'm going to cut it up at half a stick on here. There we go. Boy, this is going to taste good. And I'm just cutting it up in small little slices. I think a lot went out, don't you? I hope you can see me okay. If you can't, let me know. I think I did a little more than a half. Oh, well. Now we're going to put this in here with the meatloaf. And all you have to do, you can make a salad or open up some vegetables and cook them on the stove, and you have a meal. We'll be back when all this is finished. Well, I have my mitts out. We're going to go and we're going to get this stuff out of the oven. The scalloped potatoes, it's optional, and I decided at the last minute to throw it on there. You bake at 425 for about 45 minutes, the meatloaf and the scalloped potatoes. And about 10 minutes before they're done, I just threw some grated cheese on top of the scalloped potatoes. That's optional. I think it tastes a little better with it. So let's pull it out of the oven. Oh, my. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. And then here is the meatloaf. Oh, wow. Meal fit for the king. I'm going to drain the grease off of it and then put it on a platter. And we're going to have some food and fix maybe some peas to go with it. I want you to know that God loves you so much. He gave his only begotten Son for you. Jesus died for you. And I remember hearing as a child, if I was the only one, he would have still died for me. That's how much he loves you. You have a Jesus-filled day. Let me hear from you. If you try this, let me know how it turned out for you. And you'll see me again on Friday as we go to the Lord in prayer. Have a Jesus-filled day.